Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi class. Today we learn about direct and indirect speech with me, Mr. JP Alarizki. Okay. How you know about direct and indirect speech? Okay. Next to the next slide. Okay. Direct and indirect speech. Okay. The meaning is when the actual word to speaker and reprose is called direct speech. Example. He said, "I'm going to school." Ah, this is the example of direct speech. And when the main idea of a speaker word is reported by another person and the exact words are not quoted, it is called in direct speech and reported speech. Okay, next slide. Okay, quotation, mark or inward comment are used in direct speech. Example, "I have cut my finger," cried Mr. Sama. This is indirect speech. Quotation mark are not used in direct or reported speech. Example, Mr. Sharma cried that she had cut her finger. Question mark or exclamation mark is not used in reported speech. Example, "Is it bleeding very much?" Mr. Sama asked. This is direct. And Mr. Sharma asked if it was bleeding very much. This is indirect. Okay, next slide. In reported speech, the reporting verb like ask, inquired, comment, ordered, requested, advised, suggested, exclamation, etc. are often used in the place of reporting verb, said, confident mode in the spoken word. Example, you can see in this slide. Rimesh said how to source is. This is direct. And Ramesh exclaimed the soup was hot. This is indirect. Okay, next slide. Wait a second. Now the tenses of the verb in the reported space is the past tense. However, if the verb in the reported speech is starting in universal third, a habit and constant situation of tense verb does not change. And this example you can see in this slide. The boy said, "I brush my teeth every day." This is a simple present tense. The boy said the brushes his teeth every day. This is a simple present tense. The teacher said the sun rises in the east. This is direct. And the teacher said the sun rises in the east. This is indirect. Okay, the next slide. In indirect or reported question, the subject come before the verb. So, no after it. You do not use the helping very verb do to form reported question. And I will give you example. Example number 1. Paul said, "What time does bus come?" This is direct. And example number 2. Paul asked what time the bus come. This is indirect. So, in a second example, uh, Paul just not telling with the first person but the third person, and you can see the third example. Sarah said, "When does the show begin?" This is direct. And the fourth example, you can see Sarah asked when the show began. This is indirect. Now, the pronoun are also changed in the reported stage. Pronoun of the first person are changed as below. Now, we can check example in this below. He said, "I'm bored." Direct. This is direct. He said that he was bored. This is indirect. Mira said, "We are going to the movies." This is direct. Mira said that they were going to the movies. This is indirect. And you can see another example in this below. Pronoun of the second person are changed as below. You can see this example. For the first example, he said to her, "You are beautiful." This is direct because the second person. And the second example, he said to her that she was beautiful. This is indirect. And the pronoun of the third person do not change. We can see in this example, I said they have not gone out. This is direct. I informed that they had gone out. This is indirect. And the next example you can read in this slide. Okay, next to the next slide. Okay, we have the conversion direct speech into direct speech. The tense of the verb must change accordingly. And this is the example of the converting of direct speech and indirect speech. So in direct speech, simple present with simple past with past perfect, present continuous with past continuous, present perfect with past perfect, can with could, shall with would, will with would, may with might. And the example of the sentence is, he said, I may attend it. I may attend the meeting. This is direct. She said she might attend the meeting. This is indirect. Okay, next slide. Now, word interchanges of time and place are changed to word distance of time and place. Okay, indirect speech. This with indirect speech is that. That's with those, here with there, now with then, today with the day, tomorrow with the next or following days, yesterday with the day before or the previous day. Example, David said to the young man, "We will let you know with decision by tomorrow." This is indirect. And the second, the interview said to the man, "That way you will him to their decision by the next day." This is indirect. Okay, next slide. When reporting a question and order a request, the connector is that. That is not used. I'm sorry. Okay, the girl said, "May I come in?" This is direct. The girl asked if she could come in. This is indirect. Now, in reported speech, the word or words are the sound used the speaker to express an emotion and emanate it. Wow, what is handsome? A man he is, the girl he said. The girl exclaimed what handsome a man he was. This is indirect. "Hello," my friend said to me. "How are you?" Direct. My friend greeted me and asked how I was. It is indirect. I think enough for my presentation about direct and indirect speech. I think you have a good feedback for me in this class. Okay, I'm Jeffrey Aldetskri from PBA 2A. I close. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.